아이고, 나도 많이 늙었나. 어깨도 아프고 다리도 아픈 게 쌩쌩했던 어린 시절로 돌아가고 싶다.
Hello, this is ChoiRock and I'll be reviewing Hello Carbot Mini Meister. It was first released in March of 2019 and its retail price is about 8,800 Korean won. For those who don't know, Hello Carbot Mini is a new 2D animated series of shorts featuring the Carbot crew and their daily lives and antics in what's apparently the Hello Carbot homeworld, Cube World. I honestly wasn't expecting any new toys to promote this series, maybe except for the Carbot crew themselves. But here we are with a new Hello Carbot Mini series of transformable mini cars. And these are new versions of the Hyundai licensed Hello Carbot Micro series that was released in 3 waves from 2015 to 2017. So for each Hello Carbot Mini character, I'll be comparing the new toy and comparing it with its old original Hyundai licensed counterpart. Let's compare the box with the previous iteration, the Micro Meister. First off, you can see there's the Sonokong logo of old here, while the newer version has the ChoiRock Contents Factory logo instead. And the top of the box, the mini version, is more detailed with a full side view of the car and 2 of the Hello Carbot crew characters from that new mini series. And as you can see, the presentation is a bit different. Like whereas the robot mode is off on the right side here, on the mini version, they're always on the left side. And just by looking at the box front, you can see that their designs are vastly different. Whereas the big regular versions are just getting the Hyundai logos removed, these cars, as you can see, are completely redesigned to vaguely resemble the licensed cars that they were. And I think the Micro version had our actual product shots, while the Micro version on the box illustration, it looks like they're actually CG renders. They do accurately depict the toy. The left side of the box shows the logos and the contents. And whereas the original right side of the box has a black side that they still have this barcode sticker on here, the right side for these Hello Carbot mini boxes have a nice front view of the car. You can open the box from either side, but I opened it from here. And unlike the first original Micros where they were packaged in a clear plastic bag, this one is in a bubble wrap, which is a nice layer of protection and storage. First off, let's compare this new version with the original version. Most of the Micro Carbots pretty much had only 2 base plastic colors, the dark transparent plastic that's painted over and some softer white plastic. But the mini versions are colorful plastic with painted black windows, while the original version is a licensed 1975 Hyundai Pony. This one is some sort of approximation. So comparing the car, you can see that the back is much more angular than this version. And also the front is also very different. So most obviously with these new Hello Carbot Minis, they all have a big silver painted Carbot symbol. Probably a little too big. And apart from that, there's also very different headlights. The mini version kind of loses some details compared to this bumper. And the front bonnet here, the new version is much less detailed than this licensed version. As you can see, there's no grills and windshield wipers on this one. And the windows are pretty similar except for the remolded back is here, and This one has painted orange headlights, whereas this one had some more black and silver paint. And finally, the wheels have been completely remolded. So at a glance, it kind of looks like these new wheels are bigger than the old wheels, but I think upon closely measuring them, I think they are exactly, if not very closely, the same size. And like any other transforming robot car, you can see the robot underside by looking under. As you can see, the newer version has much more variety of plastic colors. So comparing these Meisters with other Transformers Legions/Legends, here's Robots in Disguise or Adventure Bumblebee, Revenge of the Fallen Bumblebee, Dark of the Moon Bumblebee, both in Age of Extinction colors, Beast Hunter's Commander Class Huffer, and finally a Macardamo Cayenne. At approximate 1/52 scale, they're slightly bigger than the average Transformers Legion and about the same length as a Macardamo. And here's the little Meisters with the original regular big Meister. As mini transforming robots, they're very easy to transform. First, you pull out the arms, remove the staff, fold out the feet on 2 hinges, and then flip down the chest and spread the feet. And adjust the shoulders. And there you have Mini Meister in his robot mode. This mini version shares the exact same engineering as the micro version, so this old one transforms the same way. The white and dark transparent base plastic colors on the original micro versions kind of makes them feel like assembled PLA models or painted model kits. But the newer mini version with its solid plastic colors kind of makes it feel it really is more like a toy. And adding to the model kit feel of the original, I think the joints are okay, but they're somewhat loose. Whereas the mini versions, I noticed that all of them pretty much have really nice solid ball joints. Yeah, so you can pose them much more easily without additional glue or stuff on the ball joints. And the mini version adds more splashes of color by actually including gold plastic parts. Well, I don't think they're exactly gold, they're just plain solid gold and not so metallic gold, but the closest you can get to gold with only a solid color. And comparing the head sculpt and head paint, the original micro version has white plastic with the metallic gold painted on the sides, along with some silver paint in the middle of his beard, with a little black painted crest. While this one has the gold plastic with some white painted on his face, and a bit more accurately some blue paint on his crest, although some of that got on his beard here. Some quality control issue. Speaking of which, one thing that kind of bothered me about these original ones is that because these are all painted over transparent plastic, there could be some common paint quality control issues with some overflowing paint where you don't want them. But apparently even this one cannot escape the quality control paint. And As you can see, this one pretty much has his central face painted with black. I think that really rounds out his facial features, while this one you can really see more clearly. So both of their accessories are almost identical, but can you guess which one is with the Micro and which one is with the Mini? It's kind of hard to see, but one of them has an octagonal shaped handle, while this one is almost perfectly round. So the octagonal one goes to the original Micro, while the round one with a slight round sprue mark, which is kind of blurry here, but goes with the new Micro. As for articulation, both of them have the exact same articulation. So he has two shoulder joints, which gives him a lot of free-ranged arm motion. It can go 360 on the ball socket, and some inward and outward bend to the transformation. A ball socketed thigh, some knee articulation, and two foot joints. Of course, no head articulation and no waist articulation. Pretty typical articulation for a Legion class robot or transformer, but with the nice bonus of knees, since almost all the Mini Micro Hello Carbots have knees. And all the Micro and Mini Hello Carbots have 3mm hands and weapons, so you can take any 3mm Cyberverse weapon and then put it in their hands. And vice versa, you can take any of their Carbot accessories and put them in Transformers' hands. And while the 3mm accessories will go in the original Micro's hand, albeit somewhat loosely, the new Mini version, it plugs it in really nice and tight, perhaps a little too tight. And now, comparing this with the other Transformer Legends Legions, here's Revenge of the Fallen Bumblebee, Dark of the Moon Bumblebee, Adventure/Robots in Disguise Bumblebee, and Beast Hunter's Hover. And finally, the original Meister. So now that there are two versions of a Legion-sized Hello Carbot Meister, which one should you get? Provided that you can still find a seller that still sells this 4-year-old Micro toy. In terms of overall accuracy, I would say this old-timer beats this newcomer. Because most of the vehicle mode chest translates and integrates into most of the robot mode, this does make him consistent with his appearance. And although this thing doesn't have any gold apart from his head, the transparent colors do somewhat make him slightly more accurate to his dark brown, which extends to his arms and hands and feet. But the new Mini version has most of it's red plastic, so he's very stark red, which kind of takes a lot of points off of accuracy, even though it has some more accurate gold plastic on the legs and chest. I would recommend the original Micro version over the new Mini version for overall accuracy, even at a small scale downscale. If you want this original version to be more show accurate, I think you could just simply swap out this gold parts with the screws and knocking out the pins, or you could just simply paint these white parts metallic gold, along with some other arm details. But if you get both the original Micro and the new Mini versions, You could have the option of customizing and part swapping and mix and matching to overall make a more accurate robot mode. For example, you could move these colored pieces over to this figure by unscrewing and possibly knocking out some pins. Yes, but as their plastic tolerances are very different, some might be quite tight on one while very loose on the other. And I do mean very tight and very loose. And caution, I think some ball joints might be bigger than what anticipated, so you may end up accidentally stressing out some ball joints. So these perfectly tight joints are now got a little loose because I plugged them on this thing, so watch out for that if you're customizing. Thanks for watching my review. Please consider liking, leaving a comment, and subscribing. So until the next review, this is KR Brickbot signing off.